good, everybody? Corbino here, and we're doing a cool little sort of series. I mean, I'm going to spread them out. I mean, they're not going to be back to back to back or a month or anything. They're going to be very spread out. But yeah, what we're doing here is ranking TMNT characters. And not just like, you know, the characters. We're ranking versions of them. And we're going to start off with Bebop and Rocksteady, because they got a real short list. We're ranking every version. Cartoon, not comics, because that can get a little bit more convoluted. We're ranking TVs and movies. Let's go ahead and get into it. There's only 3 versions of Bebop and Rocksteady. Number 3 is the 2012 version. They are fun. They're fun. Bebop is voiced by JB Smoove. I don't know who voices Rocksteady. And Rocksteady's like a Russian guy, real big. He looks real cool, but Bebop, I don't like how he looks. He's really small and skinny. But it's also funny because he does a lot of Michael Jackson, you know, stuff like that. That's fun and all. But I just don't really see them working together. And yeah, before they become Bebop and Rocksteady, Bebop is working for Rocksteady, which makes more sense. But then they sort of become like a partnership. And I don't know, I just didn't really buy it. But YOLO. Number 2 is the 2014 version. Now, I'm going to go to number 3 is like down here. And then number 2, the 2014 one, is like up here a little bit. You can see it now. They are really good. Like, it's how they make them in the comics, and to me, even though they don't originate there, that's sort of like their definitive version for me. And I think who plays them? I think a wrestler plays Rocksteady, and Bebop is played by Uncle Ruckus. I think he's definitely a voice actor, but they do a great job as them as humans and then as the mutants. I think the CGI looked great on them, and they were just funny. They bounced off each other. They worked together really well, and I just think it was a really good job at being them. And in case you didn't understand what I meant by 2012 versions, they're from the 2012 Nickelodeon series. I'm not going to say the year they debuted. I'm just going to say like the year that their series or movies debuted. And like these ones are the 2014 ones, which technically debuted in 2016, but their series started in 2014. To get that out of the way, hopefully you guys understand that for future videos. And then number 1 is definitely above number 2, but it's not as far above it as number 2 is above number 3. But anyways, number 1 is the 80s Bebop and Rocksteady. I mean, this is where they first came from, and oh my lord, I remember watching the first few episodes on those couple of VHS tapes I had as a kid, and I loved it. I remember every time. I remember Bebop and Rocksteady were thugs volunteering, and then they're like, yo, I don't know if I actually want to do this. And those little robot guys, I don't know what they were, but they shot out little rope things, little like cords, and they like wrapped around a rhino and a warthog at a zoo and took them in underground, and they're like, no, you know, trying to stop. And they're just so funny. They're, you know, always snorting. And it's just so, they were so funny. Hey, boys, I don't think we could get the Toidles. You know, stupid shit. They were just always messing up. And without them, we wouldn't have Bebop and Rocksteady. Which in the comics, you know, like, just, they're Bebop and Rocksteady. I don't know. They've gotten 2 spin-off comic book series now. I think just 2. I didn't get to read the second one, but still, like, they're Bebop and Rocksteady. That's it for this one. It was real short, but we got plenty more coming. Until next time.